What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. You know, sometimes we complain about games not being good. Sometimes we complain about games being redundant. Sometimes we complain about wanting bigger and better things, right? And then these companies come out here, these game developers come out here, and they do certain things in their games that then we look at and we're like, why? Why did you do all this? We didn't need all this, right? But in essence, they were trying to satisfy us. Ghost of Yotei, Sony dropped a state of play. And the main thing that I got from this is that it reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a great thing. Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best games I've played ever. Hands down. Easily one of the top games I've ever played. For a game to remind me of that game and for a game to look like it's that game is a game that I'm intrigued. Is a game that I'm gonna want to play. And there lies the problem with Ghost of Yotei. You see, Ghost of Yotei is a sequel to one of the greatest games ever made. So the expectation and the bar for Ghost of Yotei are extremely high. And they are doing things differently. So now, when people are playing Ghost of Yotei, they're not going to rate it on its own. No. That game is going to be rated against Ghost of Tsushima. And that's the biggest problem that I think Ghost of Yotei has. Everybody else saying that it looks like the same thing, it looks like a DLC, all sort of stuff. Listen, if you enjoyed Ghost of Yotei, then a DLC or something that looks similar to it should not be a negative thing. Not at all. Like, it's a great game. It should not be a negative thing. When you try to change things so much, this is how you get Beavis and Butthead in Call of Duty. This is how you get the Ninja Turtles in Call of Duty. Because I don't know who asked them for this, but they couldn't just stick to having regular, soldiers and spec ops people. They went off they lost their freaking minds. But now this game here, Ghost of Yotei, looks like Ghost of Tsushima, smells like Ghost of Tsushima. It looks like it plays like Ghost of Tsushima, but people are complaining that it looks too much like Ghost of Tsushima. And I'm saying here like it's already happening. They're already comparing it to one of the greatest games ever made. Now, I don't feel bad for them. Don't get it twisted. They're the ones that decided to name this game Ghost of Yotei. They knew exactly what they were doing. As soon as you put Ghost of... Oh, yeah. But it's like this. If Rockstar decided to put out Red Dead Redemption 3, that game is going to be compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The same way Halo 3 gets compared to Halo 2, right? Halo 2 is my favorite Halo. Some people do like Halo 3 better, but Halo 2 is my favorite Halo. Some people like ODST better. But regardless, it's a sequel to a phenomenal game. Those are some tough shoes to fill. That's the biggest problem that this game has. But overall, no, I think this game is going to be phenomenal if it is like Ghost of Tsushima. I'll say that again. If Ghost of Yotei is the complaints that I've been seeing people saying that it does look like Ghost of Tsushima, just the same thing, then this game is going to be phenomenal. Because I don't see Ghost of Tsushima being a failure now. Like I could recommend that game to anybody today in 2025 and still tell them like it will mollywop whatever you think you're playing. So I don't see how Ghost of Yotei being similar to that is going to be a problem. I don't think it will. But we'll see. That's the other thing. We got to actually play the game and see how they put everything together. And then we will actually know if it's good or not. But just wanted to make that quick video. The story of Ghost of Yotei matters. See, that's another thing. Because it's following Ghost of Tsushima, you can't just make it, you can't just focus on gameplay. And you can't just focus on story. It's got to be well balanced, just like Ghost of Tsushima was. The gameplay loop in Ghost of Tsushima was phenomenal. You wanted to get into battles. You wanted to get into fights. And you loved when you had different options to approach things. And it felt weird sometimes when you had to, like, you know, go against it and be dishonorable. And I remember when I got towards the end of the game, I was like, oh my goodness, I understand what's happening to him. He's going from this warrior that's a samurai that's full of honor to, I got to get this done by any means necessary. I'm going to bring disgrace upon myself, but I got to get this done. Man, it's so deep. It's so deep. Maybe I should go back and play it and see if I could play it and only do it honorable. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the chat if you were able to do that. But that's dope. But the gameplay loop was really fun. You always wanted to keep playing. But then the story also made it compelling. We'll see, man. We'll see. The game's going to drop. People will play it. And we'll see. Death Stranding 2. Right now, people are loving it. People are saying that it's one of the game of the year. Also, still competing against Expedition 33 and all that other stuff. But Death Stranding 2, let's be honest, competed against Death Stranding 1, which was a great game, but very niche. Only a few people were actually able to appreciate Death Stranding 1. And yes, I was one of them. I actually enjoyed Death Stranding 1. But it is a walking simulator. It is a mailman simulator. It is what it is. There is some action in there, but that's not the main focus of the game. And good luck trying to keep up with the story of Death Stranding 1. Good luck. Good luck. But people are saying that Death Stranding 2 fixes what Death Stranding 1 didn't have. Meaning puts you in the action faster and all that other stuff. Which to me, understanding what Sam Bridges was doing in Death Stranding 1 made it good. And then here's the thing again. I'm going to say this again. The gameplay loop of Death Stranding 1 captivated me. Once you make your first few deliveries and you're going through terrains and stuff, and I played it with the online version, meaning like people would drop things like ladders and hooks and all that other stuff, and you could drop things and help other carriers. Like, man, the gameplay loop was ridiculous in Death Stranding 1. I really enjoyed it. Gameplay loop really matters. Now, the other game that I mentioned was Expedition 33 that people are comparing for a game of the year. This game's gameplay loop is ridiculous. And so far, the story is great. And here's the difference between Expedition 33 and Death Stranding 1. I haven't played Death Stranding 2 yet. You can actually follow the story. So far, I'm following the story so far. But the gameplay loop, again, is phenomenal. The game is hard and it's still fun. You die and you want to go back. You want to go back and catch that parry that you missed. Oh, man, it's such a great game so far. So far. And I hate reviewing a game before I'm actually done. But Expedition 33 so far is a great game. I'm really enjoying it. But Ghost of Yotei. It's competing with Ghost of Tsushima. Again, one of the greatest games I've ever played. It's got some tough shoes to fill. That's the biggest thing that this game has going against it. It's that it's got to live in the shadows of Ghost of Tsushima. But let's see. Maybe, just maybe, they make a greater game. I highly doubt it. I think they're going to make a great game, but I don't think it'll be greater. We'll see. Dog 1985 is levels to this. We out. Peace.